do not have a democracy, we have a majority rule. Small groups of people are losing their identity, they are losing their cultures. He's asking if he'll be happy if his daughter marries a black guy. You know what? I know very many black men will not be happy if their daughters marry a white dude. Because we should retain our cultures. We should be proud of it. We should keep our languages, our traditions. I mean, I can't imagine some dude coming to my house and bringing me 6 cows for my daughter. But, you know.
No, it'll be 50.
Oh, 50 cows.
When we return, we get
There's a certain amount of people which wants to create a nation of unity. And then there's us, the Boers. We don't take part in this, and we're not going to. And we're not going to go away. And we're the rightful owners of this land. So, so that doesn't mean we doesn't see the sunshine over other people. Okay, if you go back in history, you would actually see that the Boers have negotiated with the tribal chiefs and the kings, and we have see them as equal, and we have give them their peace. Okay. Now.
Now, carry on. We can hear you.
If we want to share one country, we must first accept the realities.
Help me understand something. If we're going to live in the same country, but you don't want unity, how do we do it?
We never wanted unity.
No, I accept what you're saying. Okay. I accept that. That's what you said. What I'm saying is, then how do we live in one country?
Oh, that's very easy, okay? We can live in this country happily if we have proper borders. So if the Boers have their land, and the Tswanas have their land, and the Zulus have their land, we do not want to mix. Leave Joburg for the cosmopolitans and all this type like
Sounds like apartheid, though.
Yeah, properly, yes.
And all that.
All right. Let me hear
How do you feel if your daughter decided to marry a black man? How do you feel about that?
I cannot see that happen.
No, I'm saying if she wanted to.
No, then it's a choice. Then she go off in life with her choices and she live with it. I don't see you as a lesser person. I only see you as a different person than my culture. And I love my own.
When you're looking at the South African coat of arms, it talks about diverse people unite. It is not a suggestion, it's a command. It's like, diverse people unite. And I think we actually forget that this is what we're supposed to do as South Africans, that we're supposed, yes, the acknowledgement of our diversity is there, but we have to unite in our diversity.
Turn, we get the final word from our audience and our panel. This is the big debate.
When Desmond Tutu said the white people must be glad they're not killed, why didn't anybody say anything? And why didn't anybody say that's racist? And say, how can Tutu say that? White people must be glad they're not killed.
Because it's true. Because it's true. It's true.
My question is based to Sune about the Red October. I actually don't understand why white people tend to be rhinos that you guys are in danger. You need to accept what you have done to the country, and you need to sit down and allow us to heal. We have accepted what you guys did. Because what is the whole point of this Rainbow Nation? The guy said, this is their land. This is not your land, sir. You need to wake up from wherever you're dreaming and face reality.
Here's the thing for us going forward. We need to substitute intolerance with love. We are not a people. We are a nation of individuals. If we are a nation, we need to stop tolerating, but we really need to love each other.
It's interesting when I look at your country, which has only got about 11 tribes, while Kenya has about 45. And to be able to put a nation together is quite a mammoth job. And you must admit that 300 years is a long time to undo in 20 years. The question is, what are we going to do? How are we going to implement a program that is going to unravel this over a period of time?
As the young people, we are colorblind to begin with. I have white friends, I had colored friends, I have Indian friends, I have friends from all spectrums. And when we get together, the most important thing is enjoying an experience of euphoria, enjoying an authentic experience of love, excitement. You know, we don't care if you're black, if you're white, where you come from. What's important is what's in here. What can you give me that I can use to grow as an individual? At the same time, what can I give back to you? You understand? Now, the thing that is actually happening is quite saddening for a person like me, because it feels like the older generation is trying to resuscitate apartheid, which is a giant that is in a coma. I don't believe that the Rainbow Nation project is dead. I believe it's limping. Yes. What's important is that as the nation, we need to come together and say, yes, fine, this is where we messed up. How can we work together moving forward?
There are some people that are not simply willing to partake in the project of creating this kind of country that we want. And as young people have spoken about here, we have to say, if those people are not willing to work towards building the kind of unity that we want in this country, then we must leave them behind. And we must not be apologetic about doing that. But I also want to make sure that when we leave this room, we don't take people that have been saying that they're speaking as somebody as a Boer or whatever, and assume that they are speaking on behalf of all Afrikaans people in this country, because then it's going to take us backwards.
People will continue to be angry. People will continue to be intolerant for as long as there's these disparities economically. Socioeconomic transformation first, and then questions of reconciliation, of peace will follow after justice. Thank you.
When we return, the final word from our panel. And welcome back to the big debate on racism. Let's get the final word now from our panel.
When we talk about race and reconciliation like we did today, it often feels to me as if people invent a past that never existed. And I think that it's very important for everyone to be a little bit self-reflexive and to be honest with themselves first. And especially as a white person, maybe with a tinge of humility at the same time, to think what actually happened in the past. If we don't get to that point of acknowledging what happened in the past and the wrongs in the past, there cannot really be true reconciliation.
Thank you. Jeanette?
I'm not the philosophical one and not doing the nice speeches. I'm a realist. And the reality is that after 20 years, this country is in serious trouble. It's burning. And we do not have another 20 years to have nice philosophical discussions about who should be giving what and apologizing for what. We need to get on with it. And then the lady that started her sentence was saying, I'm a proud, strong Sotho woman. That's exactly what I wanted her to say. I didn't diss her culture. I said, that's your culture. Keep it and look after it, but allow us ours as well. Because if in this country I start a sentence by saying I'm a proud Afrikaner white woman, I'm in trouble.
Lebo, the struggles that we are dealing with in South Africa are not singular. They are global struggles. People of color, women have been systematically oppressed for centuries. The work that we're doing today to try to break this down is not just important work for ourselves, for our continent, but it's important work for the world. And I'm grateful to have been a part of this experience. South Africans are very passionate. We care about our country, and it's evidenced by the nature of the conversation today.
It feels like the subject matter needs something, almost like a moral figure. We don't have Mandela anymore, but someone of that caliber to stand up and say, actually, we're all part of one nation. And those who want to stay behind and live in the past, fine, we will leave them behind. But at some point, they will come and join us, because where they live is not feasible.
one of my favorite poems is by a woman named June Jordan, and she talks about the fact that we are the ones we have been waiting for. And I think that this idea that there are a group of exceptional people who led us to democracy, and now they're gone, and we are sort of left leaderless and looking for someone to replace them is deeply problematic. What's clear from this conversation is that everyone is big on vision and very short on details. How is it that we are going to create this path to this wonderful future? And what you need for that, in part as leaders, of course, but I think you need to be thinking about it consistently and constantly. We had the TRC for 5 years. It wrapped up its work. It's sitting on shelves. I think we need to really think about a national initiative where it is somebody's business every single day, in schools, in churches, in communities. Someone must be tasked with the business of thinking through and dealing with racism in all the ways in which it affects our society, most importantly, the structural ways. Because in some ways, this conversation is a hijacking of the real issues. The real issues are that people are poor, and most of the people who are poor are black. That's it.
All right. Welcome back, brothers and sisters, kings and queens from Africa. Greetings wherever we're watching this one from. Now, I have also to say this. It is interesting, highly interesting. It's interestingly interesting to see people of different ideologies, people of different cultural setups and backgrounds, able to sit together and talk, openly about issues that can, in some context, not be able to be talked or spoken about. But I say that this is a good step, South Africans. Kudos guys. Kudos guys, and you're doing a great job down there, shall I say, as far as you see, trying to amalgamate these cultures. South Africa is a good example of a state that approve that people from different perspectives, different diverse cultural settings and backgrounds are able to coexist together. But I'm not sure if this is as portrayed in this particular conversation here, that it is out there. When maybe you're walking along the streets of South Africa, you're maybe getting to the hospitals, you're getting into some towns, and you're accorded the same kind of respect, or maybe that kind of unity is still exhibited. But yeah, I would say that, you see, the demographics of South Africa have found these particular guys in that particular quagmire. So there's nobody to blame. So what needs to be done is to embrace that unity, even as it is ascribed in their constitution, that says that people of different colors unite. Okay, people of different perspectives unite, irrespective of where you come from. If you found yourself in South Africa, therefore you're gonna have to embrace this one, whether you've got very strong stances, radical ideas about who you think, where you're coming from. There's got to be one thing that needs to be embraced by South Africans, and something that is a good thing that needs to have such kind of debates or talks to remind the South Africans that, you see, it's a high time that they need to be able to embrace that kind of form of unity, whereby able to understand, able to tolerate each other's perspectives, standpoints, and viewpoints about what they're thinking about their life. And I would say that it is, of course, a challenge. And I find that these people, the South Africans are able to go through this one. But above all, I just also want to echo this one, to reiterate the same, that we are all human beings, and therefore human beings, as far as you see, the whole thing is that on this particular planet Earth, if it topples over everybody that is in, it topples also alongside it. So there is now special reservations for some special people that are kept out there. I would say that it is our planet that we need to take care of and live harmoniously. Now, with that particular refrain, I'm going to patch it at this particular point. Guys, I go by lit in this particular domain. Do drop me your comments on the comment section of what exactly you think of this particular video. What do you think of the South Africans, and especially at large, the Africans, and also those ones in the diaspora? Guys, cheers. Give me that particular thumbs up and share it with the good people out there, so that YouTube can also recommend this particular work to other people, and by so we are enlightening and also waking up, trying to in one way or the other bring all those particular videos that have been in the archive, that have been overlooked, giving them a finer touch and bringing them on board, just like what I've just done. Cheers guys, let's meet in the next time.